Porter's 5 forces apply to Pfizer, Laith Aldmour, California Intercontinental University, Strategic Management and Competitive Globalization, Dr. Melissa Houston, February 14, 2021. Introduction. I want to talk about Porter's 5 forces and what I benefited from this course. Moreover, Pfizer's strategic management relationship with the Porter's 5 forces. First, I'd like to clarify that the global pharmaceutical industry's value reached unprecedented levels in 2018, amounting to $1.11 trillion, and according to a report by Proclinical Company, the pharmaceutical industry's value reached $1.43 trillion in 2020. Furthermore, since the pharmaceutical industry relies on research, pharmaceutical companies spend about $150 billion annually in researches and development projects to keep pace with the increasing global demand for medicines and pressure to develop medicines to provide the most innovative and latest treatments by proclinical.com. Porter's 5 forces. It's called Porter's 5 forces or Porter's 5-year model. It's a model that identifies and analyzes 5 forces that make up each industry or field and helps identify the strengths and weaknesses for those industries, and is considered one of the smart ways to plan against labor marketing risk and sudden changes in the course of work. Michael Porter published this model in his book, Competitive Strategy: Techniques for Analyzing Industries and Competitors in 1980. Porter's 5 forces analysis is a main tool that helps analyze competition in a particular industry and its advantages when starting a new business or entering a new industrial sector. If one of these forces changes, then the institution and the labor market associated with its performance must be re-evaluated. First, I would like to talk about the threat of new entries share. It refers to new firms that may enter the industry or market, affected by the strength of a new company in the market. Profitable markets that generate high returns attract new companies to enter the market and gain a share. Pfizer can neutralize new entrants to have several rights to manufacture drugs that new competitors cannot obtain. So far, it needs more products in the industries related to substantial barriers limiting the entry of new competitors. The bargaining power of buyers. This force indicates the extent to which buyers can influence the prices of products or services. The prices of products or services are usually affected by the number of the company's customers, how important each customer is, how much it will cost the company to find new customers. When the number of buyers is small and hard to find, they can pressure the company and reduce products or services prices because the company cannot easily find new customers. Whereas, if the number of buyers is large, it will be easy for the company to charge higher prices to increase its profit. Pfizer deals with several countries to supply its drugs to them recently, as it dealing with many governments around the world to supply the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine that the company developed to combat COVID-19. However, Pfizer can impose a price that suits it due its strength and its ability to negotiate with buyers at reasonable prices. For example, the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine price is considered high compared to the other companies that manufacture the vaccines. But Pfizer's sale of the vaccine exceed the rest of the other companies. The bargaining power of suppliers. It indicates the extent to which suppliers influence prices in the industry or market. If the company relies on a single resource, the supplier's ability to impose the prices and conditions he wants increases that are commensurate with his interests and profits. On the other hand, if the number of suppliers increases, the opportunity to choose and compare suppliers to get the best offer and lowest price increases, which will negatively affect suppliers' profit. Pfizer does business with many suppliers around the world and puts in place strict conditions for dealing with these suppliers. Pfizer is one of the largest drug manufacturers in the world, as it can negotiate with suppliers, so it sets the right conditions for it and gets reasonable prices because the company's annual purchases of raw materials are so high. The threat of substitutes. These forces refer to products or services that can be used in place of the company's products or services. The companies that produce products or services for which there are no similar alternatives have a more extraordinary ability to raise prices and impose appropriate conditions for them. However, when similar alternatives are available in the market for those products or services provided by the company, customers will have an opportunity to choose to purchase the products or services provided by the company or to purchase alternative products or services available in the market, which may weaken the strength of the company. Pfizer is the manufacturer of Leptor, the most popular and best-selling drug ever, used to lower the level of cholesterol in the blood. Deflucan, the antifungal drug. Zithromax, the long-acting antibiotic. And finally, the ED drug, Viagra. Pfizer owns the exclusive rights to produce these drugs. So, the field of competition in their manufacture is not forthcoming, but many drugs do not need a special permit to manufacture them, which makes them enter the field of competition with drug companies. Competition in the industry. It indicates the number of competitors and their ability to reduce its profit and influence its market share. The more competitors there are, and the more similar products and services they offer, the less powerful of the company will be. In this case, suppliers and consumers will search among the competing companies for the best offer and the lowest price. Conversely, when competition in the industry or market is low, the firm has more power to impose higher prices and set conditions for closing deals to achieve higher sales and profit. According to Pfizer, the pharmaceutical industry's biggest competitors are Johnson & Johnson, Roche, Novartis, Merck & Co., and these companies acquire a large share of the pharmaceutical market, amounting to about $199 billion. However, Pfizer has a fair market share of $51.75 billion. Conclusion: Pfizer is one of the largest global companies operating in the pharmaceutical industry, and the company has achieved great successes during the 20th and 21st centuries. The implementation of Porter's 5 forces on Pfizer is a clear example of the importance of the influence of the 5 forces on corporate strategy in their success and development of their work to increase profit and stone an advanced position against competing companies. References: